Oh my God, guys. Sick like a dog. Here we are, another day. Pitbull is out. Rolly Romero is in. It's a crazy world we live in with Turkey Al Sheik in his pockets. We're going to discuss that in this video. And we're also going to talk about the reason behind why Pitbull Cruz pulled out of the fight, pause, in his own words. And it kind of makes sense, and some of it doesn't, but it makes sense if you really think about it. And I'm glad he went that way. So you're gonna want to stick around real quick for that one. But first, if you're new here, thank you for stopping in just in this video as your source. And also, if you're an older subscriber, thank you for support and ongoing support. It really does help. Hit that like button. I can tell you right now, my channel got monetized. I think it was in November, and I think the first payout is this month. And listen, and I appreciate all of you guys. But so you know how much creators make in the beginning, thank God I have a day job and a career, right? It's a little over $100. That's all I've got. So, but I will put everything back into the channel since I have my own career thing. So anything I get, I will be slowly putting back into this channel from this channel. So anyway, just so you know how things work here in the old YouTube world. So now let's talk about Pitbull Cruz. Like, listen, he was gonna fight in February or March. It was like February 1st or something like that, or 2nd. Don't know. I'm so sick right now. But let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, the turnaround would have been really quick. Now, the thing is, we don't know how tough this fight is going to be for him coming up real soon. Could be a really tough fight. And then he has a quick turnaround and fight Ryan Garcia. Now, for everybody downplaying Ryan Garcia, whether he's good or not, that tells you right there in short terms that, hey, although some people might say that Ryan Garcia is a hype job, Pitbull Cruz doesn't think so. He doesn't think that, at the very least, that his matchup against him, he should take lightly, right? So a quick turnaround with what he doesn't know what kind of fight he's going to have, it could really be devastating for him. He could come in drained, hurt, whatever the case may be, and not give 100% and get possibly stopped, knocked out, or embarrassed in a 12-round decision. So, here comes in Rolly Romero as the villain. Now we're gonna talk about that in a minute, but now let's talk about why Pitbull actually pulled out of this fight. Well, one, yeah, we talked about already. The turnaround. It would be very quick. Very, very quick. Like I said, he doesn't know how that fight's gonna go, but also he gave this insight. He says it's bad luck to have a fight so soon advertised before the one that he has now even happened. So out of superstition, he says, I'm out the fight. No, just say that you don't know how bad it's going to go for you or how good it's going to go for you in the match that you already have done. It is smart. It tells me that he has good people in his corner that say, hey, I know that this is a big payday. I know it's something that, you want to do in a match that we want, but it's worth your career and being labeled maybe a journeyman now. Because if you have a poor showing or a tough showing with a guy we don't really know, and then you go and get knocked out or embarrassed by Ryan Garcia, now you'll be seen as a stepping stone. I don't think you want that. I think you want to maximize your career as much as you can. And we'll try to get that fight later on if we look great against this guy, right? So let me see, he has a good team behind him. The Rolly team, I think, realizes Rolly is gone about as far as he can go. And I think, being knocked out by Tank, it didn't hurt him as much. He came back, had a couple of fights where he looked, and he's an entertaining guy, right? People love to hate him. He can talk a lot of trash, and he does have power. And he was giving Tank a lot of issues in the beginning until Tank figured him out, because the awkwardness of Rolly kind of just, remember back in the day, Street Fighter, when you would fight those little kids in the arcade? People old enough remember, right? You're refined, and them little kids would come and smack anything, and then all of a sudden they beat your ass because you don't know where they're going, what they're doing. It kind of throws you off, kind of like what Rolly does. And so Ryan might have a hard time timing Rolly at certain points. I think he stops Rolly, but Rolly could stop Ryan. The power might be not as it's closer than people might think with each other. So Ryan should not take Rolly lightly at all. So I think that's a good fight for Ryan. It's gonna be a cash out for Rolly for sure. Rolly will probably soon become a stepping stone journeyman himself, kind of like what they're trying to prevent Pitbull Cruz to become. I could be wrong, but that's the feeling that I'm getting, since they're saying, hey, we'll step in. usually a fighter of any caliber wouldn't step in. Sometimes they do it. It's rare. I remember Klitschko did that against Lennox Lewis last minute and got robbed, I believe. Things like that. So they have been in the past, very few. But again, it's a good fight for Rolly. But the funniest part of the whole thing is that now Devin Haney's fighting on Ryan Garcia's undercard. Just just kind of saying, because that's what that is. That's what that is. It's like, even if they would end up on the Canelo card or whatever, it would be Canelo, Garcia, Haney. He will be under. He would not he will not headline over Ryan Garcia, which is hilarious, which adds when I doubt that happens, but it's interesting now, right? It was interesting before, it's just still interesting now. So it's pretty good. Again, I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait for February 22nd. Either that card is crazy. But let me know, comes down below, what do you think? Do you think that it should have been Rolly? And you have anybody else in mind that you would have hoped would have stepped in if this sort of thing would have happened? I don't know who else could have been in there. But it just I think it's still a solid card. Let me know if it comes down below. What do you think? And I'll see you in the next video. And I'm out. Peace.